Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Things We Play. My name's Mike Goldman, and joining me today, as always, with their smiling, wonderful faces, is the man that needs no introduction, and Cheryl.
Hi. Woo.
Cool, you're right. That goes it.
So that's Sean. Sean, hello.
Hello.
You needed no introduction.
As always.
Looking very good today in your lovely little black top you got thing going on there.
What, it's wrong with a jumper.
That's the one.
You look fantastic after just rolling out of bed at 6 o'clock in the evening.
I wasn't fishing for compliments, I was just trying to pay you one. Cheryl, you're looking remarkably beautiful today.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, there we are. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks. I hope it's been productive. Sean, has it been productive?
Sort of.
Well,
some productive things have transpired within that time period.
That is what you would expect to happen over a 14-day hiatus.
Yes.
Well, so yeah, what's been going on? I don't care, really.
Okay.
Just, how have you been? Give me an update. What's up? What's going on with you? 2 weeks. Anything happened? You've been at work.
Yeah, been at work. Yeah, that's always fun. Stuff. Avatar Legends.
What? Avatar Legends? Hang on, whoa!
Yeah, no, I'm psyched about Avatar Legends.
I don't know what Avatar Legends is.
I'm quite into it. It's indie game, which allows, it's 240 Microsoft points, so it's dirt cheap. And it allows 6 of you, to play co-op in a sort of role-playing game. So you can go around towns, usual fare, around towns, picking up quests, buying items, swords and shields, but you're using your avatar off the dashboard.
Okay, so it's XBLA indie title,
Yeah.
Avatar based.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like Zelda.
Yeah, it's probably not as professional and polished as Zelda, but it's in that vein.
Okay.
But the kind of real exciting thing about it is it's got a builder.
A builder?
Yes, a builder program.
Just like a random NPC. It's just a builder. I build things.
No, there is a builder, yeah.
Help me, sir. I've lost my hammer. Please help me find my hammer. I will give you 10 gold pieces if you help me find my hammer. Will you accept the builder's quest?
No, that's not builder. No, it's got, level builder.
It's got a level builder.
Map builder.
I was lying. I do know about this game.
Of course you do.
Yeah, but I know more about the building side of things.
You do, so fill us in.
The building side of things is mental. I only bought it the other night after we played it, my meals, and just to have a look into that side. And as predicted, with the quality of the game being just like a little indie title, the builder is basically the builder they use to make the entire game.
As suspected.
So you can do anything in it, and you really can do anything in it, like completely change the geometry of the world, place objects wherever you want, and place NPCs which can be your friends or whatever from your avatar list, and then just make your own adventure game, like just complete adventure game. And it's mental, and there's loads of different locales. Everything we've seen in Avatar Legends, the main campaign, was also like open worldy, foresty stuff. Yeah, and there's like lava worlds and all this other stuff that you can make in the builder, which is quite cool. You can also make multiplayer maps. The game's got multiplayer. It's got 6-player multiplayer, but they're kind of like, it's kind of like a horde mode, I think.
Right.
Haven't tried it, so it's just gone from the description, but it's not the same as single player. It's not the open world like RPG. It's just 6 guys on a map. And you just kill things. So it sounds like horde mode, but that's cool. But you can build those maps as well, and then you can share them. And you can take screenshots. It's mental.
Excellent.
It's really cool because of all the Avatar.
I do need to look into the building side.
It's nice. I mean, I took a couple of shots of just like my Halo character just up against weird things and stuff because it's a game that really thrives on the fact that you're buying stuff for your avatar anyway. Off Avatar Marketplace, so all of that sort of shows up really well in it. It's kind of cool. So you can essentially make a Halo game if you want to add Halo stuff, or a Section 8 Prejudice game, perhaps. So that's cool. 240 points, it's well worth it. It's awesome. It's a bit janky in places, but it's potential to make some really cool stuff.
To be fair, before I did look at Avatar Adventure, which is also an indie game.
Yes.
In a similar vein, but a lot more amateur. You're fighting square chickens.
Square chickens are fine.
They're not really, no.
They're called chocobo, by the way.
Not squares chickens.
Right, okay.
Square chickens. They're blocks that look vaguely like chickens.
Fair.
So don't get too confused.
Alright. Well, that's good. Have you done anything else? Have you done anything? You don't have to have just been playing games. Have you just been playing games?
Friday, yeah. I was just playing games Friday.
You haven't been to the fun fair or the seaside?
No, I try to avoid the seaside as much.
I watched Rango yesterday.
Right.
Johnny Depp's Rango.
Right.
Paul Verbinski's Johnny Depp's Vango. In fact, Rango, sorry. It was cool, it was really fucking funny. There goes our explicit tags. Yeah, it's really good. I recommend it. Just on a side note, it's awesome.
Right, well, while we're talking about films, I watched Fanboys.
Right, did you watch Fanboys? Well, here you go, share. What did you think of Fanboys?
Yeah, I thought I quite enjoyed it, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was weak.
No, well, it's light entertainment.
It is, that is what it is, light
you have to be a
entertainment.
Star Wars fan, I think, to get the jokes. I don't think Cheryl would appreciate it. She's never seen any Star Wars film ever.
Don't bring that up.
That's up now, isn't it? That's out there. That's
Same as Lord of the Rings.
that's a bit different because Lord of the Rings is still a very recent property in terms of the movies.
An institute for generations to come.
Yeah, but where you were in a state where no one can say they haven't read Lord of the Rings, but seeing the movies not so much of an issue. But you've got to have seen Star Wars.
No, it don't interest me in one bit.
But how can you have avoided it?
Just turn the TV over to a different
So
channel.
you're actively seeking out
Yeah.
and avoiding Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's a hate campaign.
It's not a hate campaign. I just.
Star Wars enters a room and you just fuck off. Like they've just made some horribly racist comment. I'm terribly sorry, I'm not standing for that, I'm off.
No.
Yeah, that noise.
It's only because you love Star Trek.
Just door slam. Vader's breathing, cars screeching, you're off. Gone.
Yeah. Well.
Terrifying.
No, it isn't at all.
This is terrifying.
I hate the fact that everyone I speak to goes, "Oh yeah, you've got to watch it." So I don't care.
That's why, there's a reason.
I don't care.
That's why. That's like everyone going, yeah, you've got to breathe in every once in a while. It's really good for you. We recommend it.
Either way, I'm not
shocked.
going to watch it, and that's that.
I mean, I don't want to fight too hard because I do hate Star Wars because I've seen it too much because I wasn't able to, just
The only
shut
film
down my
I actually
humanity.
like out of them is Empire Strikes Back.
Well, that's because you hate everything. So you've got to come into the conversation. You've got to wade into the conversation and go, I saw bollocks. Apart from that one. That's only because I was after that.
I say because Vader's badass in it. He's got the lines.
All right.
Anyway, should we stop talking about Star Wars and talk more about video games?
Well, that's fun. It's been 2 weeks. We're just catching up. We're catching up. So you've played anything else then? You played Avatar, Legends,
LA Noire.
LA Noire. We've all played LA Noire. I take it.
Yeah.
Did anyone finish LA Noire for a start? I think we should get that out there because we should be upfront about that. No, none of us finished LA Noire.
No.
And I thought about finishing LA Noire, and then I just kind of thought I've had enough of LA Noire. I feel like I've done LA Noire, Although looking through the strategy guide, you guys had it in the shop, and I was just standing there looking through it, thinking, what am I missing? There's some cool stuff that looks like happens later on in the game, which I was kind of keen to see, but also I'm kind of done.
You've got to wade
with LA
through
Noire.
all those conversations to get to those cool bits.
Oh, it's okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
So what didn't we like about LA Noire?
I don't have a problem with the evidence stuff. I don't have a problem with like the driving around and GTA bits. It is literally the conversations are black and white. It's you're right or you're wrong. And certain times you've got the option to select doubt or lie. And if you've not been paying 110% to everything that's going on, you're like, do I have the evidence to back this up? If I point them out as lying. I don't know half the time. I'm like, I don't know if I should be saying doubt or lie. So it just comes down to a guess, and it's like, no, you're wrong.
But you should only say lie if you've got the evidence.
Yeah, but I'm just not sure because I
You
haven't
can
really
check
been
the
paying
evidence.
attention. I could.
All right. Well, I mean, I think there is a point in there of the whole system of lying, doubting, and truth isn't very clearly explained in the game at all as to when to use it. And it is that whole, believing true. If you don't believe when you can prove it, lie, and if not, then it's doubt, right? But it doesn't really communicate that at all really well, and it's just sort of like, well, and it answers the wrong questions. Like you'll be talking to some dude about something, like maybe you'll want him for a murder or something, and he hates wallpaper, and you'll talk to his wife or something, and she'll go, no, look, here's a picture of him with some wallpaper, and he'll be like, wait a second, I doubt that, that's a lie. I don't know, I've cocked that whole sentence up, but it's just, the whole thing is, it doesn't. Sometimes you'll go, "That's a lie," and he'll go,
Prove it.
"No, no." Actually, sometimes maybe it's when you doubt him. This is why the fucking system's so confusing. You'll doubt someone, and he'll say the opposite. Like you'll doubt a part of the sentence. The guy will go, "No, I wasn't there. I hate fishing." And you'll be like, which bit is the lie? The fact that you weren't there, or the fact that you hate fishing? Like, I know you hate fishing, so are you telling the truth? That's the truth. And then you go, well, okay, tell him the truth. And then he goes, I wasn't there. And he's like, I was there. And it all fucking unravels, because you weren't... there's too many things in your sentence for you to decide which is true or false. Sometimes they say stuff that's true, but actually you're supposed to call them a liar.
Because of something else they said in that sentence.
Yeah, and it's like, man, that is frustrating as hell. And it also does that thing where it tells you when you've gone wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it goes, I did it wrong. And it's like, no, don't do that. Just let me... I wish it just was a bit more free and a bit more like Heavy Rain, where just kind of let me have an experience. And at the end, it can kind of go... Because it does that chapter thing where it goes, if you'd have done this differently, this could have happened. That's cool. That's no problem with that. But the whole midway through something, and it goes, done that wrong, makes me want to just turn this machine off and try it again.
Yeah.
Instead of just having a cool
Which I found that I
story
did constantly.
Yeah, see, that's ruins the game entirely,
Yeah.
you know? So I wasn't that keen on that. There's a lot of drain pipes in that game.
Climbing.
Yeah.
Sliding down.
It's
That's
like,
right, I haven't got a problem with drain pipes.
It's like the chase sequences are kind of cool in that the first kind of time you do them, they're it's an action piece. It's in that style as well. It's in that if you're watching a 20s movie or a 40s movie or whatever, then that's your action sequence. It's going to be a chase on foot up a drain pipe across a building. That is quite tense. You do it like 75 times. Like, every time you meet someone, you're like, is this dude's the guilty, innocent, or he's going to bolt? And they'll just be standing there, and you're like, can I just ask you? And then just chase sequence, and kill him or tackle him or whatever. And then just got a bit. When you're expecting it, you're just like, this guy's going to run. This guy's going to run. That got a bit tiresome. It was cool.
It was nice to have something different, certainly.
But yeah. But I just don't.
And it's a strong foundation for possibly future projects in that vein. I don't know whether they'll actually do another LA Noire because it's a kind of standalone sort of thing. But elements of it could be taken and
I reckon we'll see more. I reckon we'll probably see more.
It's possibly. I mean, it's sold phenomenally.
Yeah, I mean it's a good game. It's going to be a strong game of the year contender anyway. The music's awesome. The other thing that kind of bugs me with it is that I don't get there's any part of that game that couldn't be done with just FMV instead of using these faces.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to have the same experience and doesn't have the wow factor, and you can't sell it into the press and shops in the same way. But
you do kind of get the feeling that they've put the technology in so they can slap it on the back of the box.
Well, I think it is part of the facial tech is part of a proving ground as well for Team Bondi. I think it is kind of a big thing they're trading on. But all of that could be done with FMV. You'd still get all the emotional factor that you need. It wouldn't feel the same, but you could, in terms of gameplay, it doesn't affect anything. It just allows you to have that blend seamlessly together when an action scene kicks off. So that's kind of a bit weird. So I don't really know where that's going to go or what it's going to do. It'd be cool to have that, and presumably Rockstar will buy Team Bondi in the next 6 months, and then we'll start seeing this face tech in all of their games, presumably. But
possibly.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll definitely see more of them, I think. What is interesting, crazy blow your mind fact about LA Noire, it's set 36 years after Red Dead Redemption. Just 36 years separate this game. They couldn't feel more different, and yet that's all there is. Which means potentially John Marsden's son at the end of Red Dead Redemption would still be alive in LA Noire. Cole Phelps is old enough to be his grandson. It's just like, that's just crazily close. That's like, and then if you put 30 years on top of that, Master Chief. That's just, so that was kind of cool. LA Noire, it's blown everyone away. It's going to be, like I say, it's sold loads. It will probably be Game of the Year.
I think it probably has got a strong fan base now. I think a lot of people did.
It's a tough game. It's a tough game of the year. This is impossible anyway. It's kind of impossible anyway because we've got Call of Duty and Gears, and so it would have been Portal 2 and Dead Space 2, and It's a big year.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of the one that you can see people favouring. It like if it wasn't going to be that and Mass Effect was coming out, it would probably be Mass Effect. It's in that crowd where it gets enough people. It's kind of intelligent enough to rise above, and it will get a BAFTA and all this other stuff. And it just sits in a decent spot. It doesn't have to be a perfect game. It just have to have enough of the right elements.
Stand out.
Yeah, it's a winner. It's an award-winning game. It's kind of the best way to kind of describe it, I suppose. Which is kind of annoying because Dead Space 2 is a better game as far as I'm concerned. Portal 2 is a better game. And there's still loads more to come this year. So, we'll see. Anything else? Been playing anything else?
Colin McRae.
Colin McRae, Dirt 3.
Well, it's not actually Colin McRae anymore, is it?
Is it not on the box at all anymore?
No.
It's just Dirt 3.
That's not nice.
Oh, actually, sorry.
That's not good either, both in the banging of the table and the inappropriate joke, I think.
Too soon?
Well, basically, I don't know when he died, but it wasn't that long. It was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
I'd say about 3 or 4.
Years. Anyway, Colin McRae's gone, but Dirt lives on without his name on the box. Yeah, we can talk about Dirt. I played a bit of Dirt. You played a bit of Dirt. Mm-hmm. You played a bit of Dirt. I love Dirt. You hate Dirt. I don't know how you feel about Dirt.
Meh.
I think that's indifference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
quite
you're
a bit.
right. Dirt's awesome. There's no way about it. It's a beautiful looking game. Damage models are awesome, and it just feels freaking fantastic racing. And I know you're going to disagree with that, especially you, Sean. But it's the best feeling game, best feeling racing game I've ever played.
I can't really disagree with that because I don't play that many races.
Okay, that's
I like my races arcadey.
It's the best in-car view. It's in-car view. That's what I always do for Dirt. And it's the game that it's not the game that switched me over because PGR3 was the one that made me go, oh, in-car views. But Dirt's the game that made me, from now on, I only use in-car view. And I don't know if it's just the feel of, because Grid was similar but not quite. I don't know if it's just the fact that you have to be on this sort of slippy slidey sort of surface, be it mud or sand or whatever. But the in-car view is amazing. Just feeling you really feel the back end of the car move. There's all this stuff that's going to anger you to the point of extreme because you're like, I can't drift in Dirt. It's the worst game ever. I freaking hate it. Screw you all. I'm glad Colin McRae's dead. You're like, and it's not like that. It's just that it just feels amazing. I love it. And the damage was brilliant. And I'm not very good at it, but I'm a sucker for replays. And again, it has really sexy replays. And this one's just more of the same. Well, it has all the Gymkhana stuff in it, which is kind of cool. It's basically just Tony Hawk's 3 in rally cars around Battersea Power Station.
Well, if you like Dirt so much, why don't you marry it?
Because there's a lot of other games out there, Sean, and I've got to keep myself on the market.
Good call.
So Dirt. No, I like Dirt.
Okay.
It's got phenomenal looking menus.
I didn't notice. They were just menus to me.
This is great. Alright.
Yeah,
So,
I wasn't enamoured by any stretch of the imagination.
But the YouTube bit was good.
yeah, it's got
Fact, you
YouTube.
got that.
That's a good point. So it's the first one on 360, isn't it? To allow uploads to YouTube. Only 30 seconds, which I presume is a whole. We can't guarantee you've got a hard drive, therefore we can't store any more than that before we.
I think it's
up it.
quality as well. Obviously, they've got a limit on YouTube how much you can use.
True.
I don't know.
But yeah, I suppose. I don't know.
It didn't work for me though.
Brilliant.
It just didn't work.
That's good. They've got one of the stupid online passes as well, haven't they? Which is.
It's the norm now. Really.
It is the norm now. This is kind of a big issue. It's like people didn't kick up enough of a fuss when they started doing it, and now we are stuck with that forever.
Worse, people just ran out and bought. What was the first? Medal of Honor?
Medal of Honor was one of the first big releases, wasn't it? Yeah.
And people just snapped up. They just didn't care.
Yeah.
They were just so eager to play Medal of Honor, and now EA have got their teeth.
Well, it's not just EA.
But because they got their teeth into it, and people are like, it's not really affecting their sales. Everybody else has come up. We should do that.
Yeah. I mean, THQ were the next ones to jump on.
They jumped on it very quickly. THQ.
And then obviously now, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Warner's in there.
Well, and Ubisoft did it, didn't they, with Assassin's Creed? They did it really badly with Assassin's Creed 2 on a PC, didn't they? You had to have it.
You had to have a constant internet connection.
Yeah. So it's not good. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Everyone's still not quite found their footing as to what to do, and actually the one thing that may make a difference on that, which may change everything, is the PSN outage of last month, because that cocked a lot of things up. Because then that shows the system is flawed, you know, because there's a whole bunch of people that can't even use their stuff because they can't even authenticate through the system that these companies are relying on to do that. So that may make some sort of a difference, but it's crazy. I want just those paper wheels you used to get in PC games, or you know, it would come up on the screen and ask you to turn to page 48 and then go to paragraph 2 and what's the third word, the third letter of the third word of the third sentence in that paragraph, and you'd be like, it's X, and then you go, wait, play the game.
Problem being, a lot of the companies that do online passes don't actually produce genuine manuals.
Oh, well, that's true. There's another factor. So it's tricky. But it's annoying. It is annoying. I must admit, I don't like it. But, you know, it's one of those things. Alright, has anyone else been playing anything? Gerald, we haven't asked you what you've been playing at all. Halo.
Reach, obviously. That's literally it. I won't play anything else.
I just won't.
No.
I refuse.
It's just, after our last podcast, it made me want to play it. I bought it the next day and then I've been on it every day since.
I must admit, I've been playing a lot of Halo. It's the constant. It's the jelly to my...
It's a rock in your life.
It's the jelly to my video game dessert. How have you been finding it? You're back in?
Yeah, I'm a lot better now than what I was, which confuses me a little bit.
I can't comment.
No, I haven't played with you again since.
You won't.
Why?
I deliberately turn my Xbox off every time you come on.
Ah, that makes sense.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, but then I'll just jump on shop.
Do you know what? I get afraid. I get afraid when people I see go on Xbox Live and I'm on there and they come on and I'm like, are they going to talk? Are they going to talk? Do I have to now put a headset on? Like, damn, do I have to put a headset on? And I'll freak out about it for a while. You know, damn, like, never am I going, hey, cool, Simon's here. That doesn't happen. I'm just like, my head's all comfy. We might do that awkward. You're playing a different game and I'm playing a different game and you want to go into a party? No, that's madness. I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's weird.
Especially this, like, things again, like LA Noire. I was trying to play LA Noire and someone sent me a party invite. And it's like, well, it's rude not to accept the party invite, but I want to play LA Noire and I need to concentrate.
Yeah, it's not. We just need to listen, if nothing else. But yeah, that's I don't like that.
Just unsociable, really.
At times.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I just don't want people ruining my game
How are they ruining it?
for their comments.
Surely the point is of having your friends playing with you is that it makes the experience better.
Well, it should do, except for the way Halo works with its matchmaking is it only puts you and your friends on the same team. And it's like, well, that's not going to help me.
It means you've got to work twice as hard.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, if anything, I'd want to shoot my friends. So, there is that. Alright. Anything else? You haven't played anything else? You've just been literally a solo Halo...
Other than the games aforementioned.
Yeah, and Noire, McRae.
The racer that I have played also is
Whatever.
No.
I thought you were going to bring up,
In the past 2 weeks.
hard driving. Played a lot of hard driving. You know?
I never played a lot of hard driving. I played a bit.
Should have played a lot.
Is Motorstorm Apocalypse.
Motorstorm Apocalypse. You hate the PlayStation.
Yeah, but that's all we've got set up at work.
Okay.
And so I thought, put on something a little different. Tried Motorstorm Apocalypse. And it's not bad.
It looks alright. I like my Motorstorm.
It's the first one I've ever played, actually.
First one was really good. Pacific Rift was alright, but they're just wave race. That's all they are. It's just wave race on cars and mud. Although Apocalypse obviously a little bit different, but I haven't played Apocalypse. Everything explodes.
It kind of splits secondly, yeah. There's a lot of exploding background scenery.
But you don't control any of it.
No.
Like that. No.
It's as you go around tracks, the more tracks you go, the more laps you do, the more the scenery messes up and collapses and explodes. And yeah, it's enjoyable.
I mean, I suppose the one thing people always say about games like that, said about Split Second and presumably Apocalypse, is that it gets really samey. You know, if that building always explodes, I know it's going to explode. So the next time I play the race, I know it's going to explode, yada yada, and I know what's coming. Yeah? But that's what you get in a racing game.
Yeah.
You get laps.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's no different, really. If anything, it's less samey because the first lap's not the same as the third lap.
Yeah.
So that's
interesting.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah. Formula One is a bit samey.
Yeah, well, NASCAR is a bit samey.
Very much so.
It's like if you like cars and you like turning left, then NASCAR
It's the game
is
for
the game
you.
for you. And of course, NASCAR famously with Dick Trickle, the famous NASCAR racer that I always found quite amusing.
Right.
Dick Trickle,
Okay.
brilliant. And there goes Dick Trickle. You used to wait for that in NASCAR 06.
You've caused Cheryl to cry.
You don't get a lot of NASCAR games anymore.
Why do you think that is, Mike?
No, that's my question.
America does, we don't.
Yeah, and there was
Because no
one.
cares.
One came out last year, didn't it? Or maybe it was under.
I think
Yeah.
09.
No, there was one like either this year or last year. There's not the EA because EA had the NASCAR license, didn't they, for a bit? There's a Days of Thunder game that's come out on PSN this year.
Oh, really?
Stuff. But yeah, there's been, and I think actually the Days of Thunder game came out on XBLA as well as PSN, but they're slightly different. Only one has Dick Trickle in it. Fact. That is a fact. See, NASCAR games don't get a lot of baseball. We don't get NASCAR games very much, and we don't get baseball games very much, and that pisses me off because I love baseball
You
games.
get bigs, but it's in very limited
Yeah,
print.
but there's still...
so is NBA Live. It's in very limited print. Maybe we'll get 2 copies
Yeah.
every time one's released.
The UK gets 2 copies.
No, our specific branch.
Of what?
I can't say.
Okay, the shop you work in then.
The shop I work.
You would get 2 copies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, no, yeah, so they're not, I mean, they're not big sellers, are they? It's not a big deal. But it's not like there's loads of Rounders games coming out. Like, I'd play a Rounders game if we couldn't play baseball. Well, yeah, if there was no baseball games, it's practically the same. I suppose we do get
Would you be wearing grey school uniforms?
No, it doesn't matter.
That's obligatory for playing rounders, surely.
It's fine. It's not going to impede gameplay as far as I'm concerned. I love it. Yeah, baseball games are wicked. I do love them. I suppose the iPhone's got them now, which is kind of the other thing. I don't think I've been playing anything different to any of that stuff. LA Noire, like I say, got to Disc 2, turned it off. A lot of Halo. Keep meaning to go back to Dead Space, but just don't. Got this pile of games that just won't be played. You know, like Darksiders. I'll probably never go back to Darksiders.
I haven't started Front Mission yet. Just sitting there.
Yeah, no, well, that's been more forgiven for Front Mission than you can Darksiders. But, yeah, there's some XBLA stuff I want to give it a go. We had a look at Dungeons and Dragons, Daggerdale, is it?
Yeah.
That looked bloody awful.
Yeah, it pretty much was bloody awful, yeah.
Yeah. PC game from 14 years ago,
Yeah.
basically, it looked like. Okay. Alright, so we've not played a great deal. If we come up with anything else, we'll think of it and spin it out there as we go along. But there's been some other cool stuff that's happened in the last 2 weeks anyway, sort of news-wise. Loads of Modern Warfare 3 stuff. Obviously we had the Modern Warfare 3 leak of like the entire plot, you know, and or whatever. And now they've announced properly, they put out a trailer, a pretty cool trailer, that kind of went, the whole world's exploding, wouldn't you like to come on this ride, type thing. It's like just a man in a top hat and a moustache going, step right up, the world is exploding. Sit in this seat and we'll just put you inches away from the action for 6 to 8 hours and then give you a multiplayer game. And that's it. That's Call of Duty. That's Call of Duty Roller Coaster. It looked cool though. It was still, you know, how I don't know if I've seen a helicopter explode in that way before, or if I've seen a van tip on its side, or a train, you know, spaz out. They're rappelling. All of a sudden they're rappelling down a building and... There is a speedboat, he's on a speedboat type thing. And that's it, it's Call of Duty 3. Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty 3 was obviously terrible.
Yeah, I'm slightly more interested than any previous iteration ever. That means I have a slight interest in it, period.
What's made you more interested?
The European locations, I think.
So, yeah.
The fact it's got London. The fact
It's quite cool. It's like that is the main reason I kind of played Resistance, because the first Resistance was all like in Bath and stuff, and it was like, this is kind of weird. That church is in the game. So yeah, that is kind of cool, I suppose. I was wondering if it was just the music that had made you think the game was pretty cool.
I thought the game was Terminator.
Right, okay. It's understandable. I think they were going for that sort of cross-Terminator Inception vibe with their
But yeah, simply for the locales, it's slightly more interested than kind of Korean jungles and
Yeah. And it was, it was that sort of neat, sort of cliche thing that works pretty well at the end with the whole WW3 turning into Modern Warfare 3, which is, it's quite cool. It follows on directly from the last game, doesn't it? I can't remember the last game ended, everything's exploded and on fire. Yeah. The response has been kind of tepid. Like, there's loads of people going, yeah, it's amazing, and then there's loads of people going, I hate this game, get it off my screen, like everyone does for everything that's huge. And but overall, the game's it's not been amazingly received. Not like you would expect. I don't know if is that people freaking out because of the whole Infinity Ward fiasco that happened last year and people walking out, or is it just kind of too much of this now? I find it really difficult. As much as I want to say, okay, people have kind of had enough Call of Duty, I feel like I'm ready to say that, but it's not. That can't be the case. Yeah, Black Ops was the best-selling game of all time. The game after that is not going to be it's not going to sell badly. No. Maybe after this one, then it's on its last legs, but
probably not.
Do you know what I mean? This is.
I heard one kid in our shop say, "Why do they only make one Call of Duty a year?"
Yeah, well, exactly. But
if they put 2 out a year, people would probably buy that.
Yeah, well, they may start doing something like that. We know, Activision have big plans for Call of Duty, and I'm sure there'll be some Call of Duty announcements at E3 as well. There's been rumours of an online service before, and browser-based stuff, everything. So there's a lot of studios now working on it as well. That's the other thing. So
was it 3 studios on this one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward and Raven. So there's a lot, all hands on deck, I suppose, for that. It looks alright. The engine is still the same engine, so that, as much as the trailer I kind of thought looked cool, helicopters exploding and stuff, it looks a bit old in places. It still looks great, because that engine does look great, but, water and a few textures and stuff just looks a bit... Like, that's got to change.
And you've got to remember it's going up against Battlefield.
It is, yeah, but is it... I mean, I suppose it is more directly now.
People are genuinely excited about Battlefield.
Well, yeah, and they should be, But I mean, they've always been... I guess the interesting thing this time is this is the first time that Battlefield and Call of Duty aren't necessarily going to be miles apart in terms of what they are, because Battlefield's always been a very different game. But now they're saying that this Battlefield has a much more linear, sort of story-driven narrative to the single-player campaign. I mean, it's going to have a single-player campaign for a start. Battlefield games don't do that. They're multiplayer only. It's only Bad Company that's kind of changed it. So with that, and the fact that they're both, now that Call of Duty's in the modern setting, they're very similar. Battlefield's still the grown-up, though, isn't it? Still like the thinking man's Call of Duty, sort of. That's what it looks like so far. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think either are going to do badly. And Battlefield, it's going after the PC crowd a lot more than the Call of Duty is, Yeah, it looks slightly less arcadey, a bit more leaning towards Operation Flashpoint, maybe. Yeah, and they focus it for PC, haven't they? It's going to be slightly different on PC to console. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what comes out on that. I will play Modern Warfare. You got to. It's a weekend, isn't it? It's a weekend's blast. Everything explodes. I loved Black Ops. Black Ops was brilliant. Shaking your head, Cheryl.
Yeah, because Black Ops was crap.
Why?
Because it's the same stuff every year.
It wasn't. But it had an awesome story. Did some cool stuff with the stories. Did some crazy stuff with the story.
Well, like I said, like the zombie mode. Also, I don't get why it's so popular.
We'll give you that.
Like people will buy Black Ops just for that mode, and it's like, why don't you play Left 4 Dead?
Because it's different.
It's more fun on Left 4 Dead.
Maybe they do play Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, maybe they should stay.
Now I want more zombies. What game could have come out? Oh no, there was that huge one that sold millions. I could try that.
Wait for Dead Island then.
Dead Island. We're publishing that in the States.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, Dead Island. I don't know. That might be alright. I haven't seen enough of it.
I heard a day or two ago it's kind of got RPG elements to it, which sounds quite interesting.
Everything's got RPG elements to them now.
Yeah.
Pinball Effects has got RPG elements to it.
It makes sense at the end of the day to kind of incorporate levelling up and stuff into a game of any nature.
Even a football game?
Yeah, why not?
Tetris?
Tetris, definitely.
Cuba?
Yeah, it needs perks.
Paperboy?
Yeah, definitely needs feats.
Fine.
Nice little public reference at the end.
Alright. So what else then? What else has happened? Is there anything on the news that's caught your eye, caught your attention, made you go, what's that?
PSN network's down again.
It's down again right at the moment.
Yes, it has been for now 4 hours.
Well, that's fine. I mean, always, you know,
You just don't care.
it's difficult sometimes to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now? It's sort of like, well, I think it was only going back up for Japan today as well, because when Sony put it back up for everyone, Japan went, whoa, no, you're not just fucking turning it back on, thanks very much. And they went, yeah, it's cool, we're just gonna flip the switch and then all your people can... What did you just say? I didn't mean that, I meant all of the people in Japan could play their games online. Yeah, and so you've sorted it out, yeah? It's all secure. Is that what you're saying? Well, we were just going to turn it on. No, you won't turn it on here unless you've sorted it out. Give us like guarantees that all your shit's in order. And then fine, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks. And so they were going to turn it on today. So I don't know if they turned it on today and accidentally someone switched off the rest, or whatever craziness happened.
Or the hackers have gone, right, they go back on Japan and then make them unsecure again.
Yeah.
You could. And that's what I would do, personally.
That's it. So that's an admission there.
Yeah.
That you are responsible.
Well.
Yeah, that sucks, but, you know, whatever. Whatever now.
It has been going on a while.
It's all a bit... I'm not turning my PS3 on. Not anytime soon. Just hope nothing massive comes out for it at E3. Alright. Fine, fair enough. There's got to be other stuff that's happened. There is other stuff that's happened. There's been Metal Gear Solid news. News of Metal Gear Solid. Well, there's been lots of news actually. So, just general Gear news, which is... I think the first rumour I heard was that Rising had moved away from Kojima Productions as a studio and was now sitting with Vanquish developer studio, Platinum Games. Which sort of makes sense in a they're all in bed with each other type thing. And we haven't heard anything on Rising for ages, like what's going on. It's been 2 years now since the announcement. What's happening with that? If Platinum Games are now doing it, personally, that kind of rocks. I'm really excited about that. I love all their stuff, and it seems to be a good fit for them. I don't know, it's kind of weird. You know, Kojima wasn't terribly involved with Rising anyway. It was kind of, you know, for whenever you ask them, they're like, yeah, we're doing it. And it's like, well, you only sort of, you know, it's not being directly developed underneath you. So that's kind of interesting. But there was loads of other rumours as well about the possibility of remakes of 1, 2 and 3 later this year, and something massive happening because it's the 25th anniversary next year. So I'd imagine that kind of probably does hold weight, and that we're going to see remakes in now that we're in everything's called to make a remake territory. We'll see that for the 25th anniversary. And a Metal Gear Solid 5 announcement. Oh, the other thing was Peace Walker's coming to PS3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Because I wanted to play Peace Walker.
I did have go on the demo. I didn't really get what was going on because it's a demo and, you know, not invested in it. So it'd be interesting to get a proper playthrough of it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like good Metal Gear, you know. So that's kind of interesting.
But 5 won't be announced.
No, that's what they reckon.
Yeah, they said,
no,
they pretty much just said, yeah, it's there, but not this year.
I think probably this year at E3 that there's enough of an announcement is the Peace Walker thing on PSN, you know, with the remastered stuff. And maybe something to do with Rising. Maybe they will mention the Platinum Games thing if that's happening, or just show something else of it. But yeah, I think with those, that's enough that they don't even need to think about mentioning 5. And then they just, or maybe they'll talk about the remakes, I don't know, maybe they won't, but maybe they'll tear them up and go, these are coming out next year for the 25th anniversary. And then that covers them up until next year. Next year, then they can start talking about 5. You know, that seems to make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, E3's just like, it's just over a week away now, so it's really, really not long. There was another rumour about the NGP being it's different models that it's got. So it's got, in the same way that the iPad and the iPhone have different models, you've got a 3G model or whatever. There was rumours that the non-3G model of it has just had its pretty much entire specs slashed in half. So less RAM, less processing power, all this. So it's just a way more inferior machine than the 3G model. That seems odd if that's true. That seems madness. I mean, I could totally imagine it happening, but it's just insane because then all of a sudden you've just split this user base in half, and it's already annoying enough when you've got games that will work better on with extra features on something on someone else's system, and don't think that's necessarily wise, but in a money-saving way, you could understand it happening. I hope that's not true, but that's one rumour. And other stuff. You're not saying anything, Sean. You're not saying anything for about 3 hours now. I'm a bit concerned. Is everything all right?
Yeah, just the whole spec aspects of the mobile PlayStation 2 thingamajig.
We should probably just call it the MGP.
MGP, okay, fine, if you want. Yeah, surely that'll make it hard for developers.
Yeah.
You think it's crazy hard for developers to produce games on, and Sony aren't exactly the most popular company in the world at the moment anyway.
No, it's an odd, I don't know, it's an odd...
If that's true, it'd be a very strange decision, and you'd have to worry about where they're kind of heading with
Witcher 2 looks like it's coming out for 360.
It's been a long time. They were supposed to be out on 360.
Oh, so they never said it was officially coming?
Oh, did they not?
No. And they said they'd maybe get around to it, or whatever. And now it's obviously just come out on PC rather.
Yeah.
And they've still not announced it for 360.
Right.
It's just that the ESRB have rated it for 360.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like there's an E3 announcement, Witcher 2. And look, more than that, if the ESRB have rated it, it's coming out very soon.
Oh, cool.
So there's a good chance we're going to get an announcement. E3 and PS is out next month or something.
Which would be good, because it looks fantastic.
Everyone's raving about it. It's kind of, that seems pretty cool. Other stuff, Darksiders 2, probably see some of that at E3.
That's good. I like Darksiders.
You do like Darksiders.
I'll be very happy to play the sequel. And it's not that I'm a Joe Mad fanboy, but okay, I'm a Joe Mad fanboy.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to finish it. I've done enough of it, but Zelda.
It's kind of Zelda / Devil May Cry.
It's just Zelda.
Which was quite fun with me.
It's just Zelda.
It is and it isn't.
It just is though, isn't it?
Yeah, mostly. But more buttons for combat.
What game would you in this remake revolution that we're in, where everyone's remaking everything, and we're going to see a remake of I don't know.
If you're going to ask what I'd like to see remade, don't even go. You know exactly what the answer's going to be.
Maybe I do, Sean. What about our 2 listeners?
Final Fantasy 7.
Oh man!
I told you.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about that?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm on my own.
No, you're not on your own. But also, where's that discussion go? Apart from, Final Fantasy 7 is a great game. Yeah. How would you want it remade? Would you just want an HD version of it?
No, it would have to be completely
different.
No,
I don't want the same.
Just the modelling aspect of it when you're in the world map. Obviously, with a PlayStation, it had to be seriously low polygon count and res and stuff. Models are very rudimentary. I'd like to see your character models look like your character models in combat, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. But other than that, the essence of the game is the undercurrent is exactly the same. The mechanics, the materia, the characters. Maybe tie up some loose ends and plot that didn't make any sense at all.
I don't need a remake of that.
No, you don't care.
It's not that I don't care. It's just that I just don't need a remake of it. It's kind of like I don't feel like it would add enough to make it worthwhile. It's just kind of like.
But surely
it works as it is.
Surely, kind of making any sort of remake. You can just get out of PS1 and play any of the Tomb Raiders. We didn't need Tomb Raider HD.
No, true, but there's some stuff that just works. It's like more. I mean, a good example, I suppose, would be a Tomb Raider almost, because that does benefit more from a remake than say a Final Fantasy, because specifically 7 and of that era where it's so much of it's FMV anyway. That actually the bits you're remaking aren't that much. Like in Tomb Raider, when you upres the whole world, that's the game you're in and controlling all the time is different. But actually, FMV is just FMV.
There's not that much FMV in Final Fantasy.
What? Yeah, there is.
If you look at the box, it's like...
I'm looking at the box. I've got the box in my hand right now.
120 minutes, I think it says.
Oh, no, but there still is quite a bit in what you... Overall,
50-odd hours of gameplay.
But there's not a lot of free controlling elements of the game. I mean, this is a lot of static backgrounds and things that you wouldn't necessarily...
Kind of when you're in enclosed environments, it's rendered backgrounds, yeah. When you're running around that entire world map, you're controlling the camera.
Are you controlling the camera?
It spins around, yeah.
Well, anyway, you can't have it.
No, I know this.
They'll probably get to it.
No, I don't think
they will. They haven't even caught up to that yet in the way they're
20 years.
Stuff. Nah, well, it's the trump card to play, isn't it? So you only get one chance to do it.
I guess.
All right, well, terrible answer to a brilliant question. Cheryl, what about you? If there's any game from yesteryear that you'd love to see come back?
Obviously Metal Gear, but...
Probably... A game from older than that?
Not that old. Urban Chaos.
Urban Chaos?
Yes, which I love. And I was playing it yesterday.
The old Rocksteady game, first-person shooter, that's fun.
No.
The
third person.
Third person
PS1.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I love.
Kind of one of it's pretty much one of the first open world.
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I didn't really play it.
Had David Bowie in it.
I don't remember David Bowie being in it.
He is.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying I don't remember.
What's David Bowie doing?
I can't remember.
Doesn't sound like he's in it to me.
I will prove it. I will finish it.
Now we're in a weird time loop here now. So we're in that bubble. And it's the small little Idles bubble there, where you've got Urban Chaos and you've got another game called Urban Chaos.
Yeah.
Urban Chaos by Rocksteady, which was the FPS.
I think this one was done by Idles.
Yeah. We did an Idles game called Urban Chaos, which did have a black protagonist, third person. Don't remember anything about it. She was a woman. Yada yada. And then we did have a game also by Idles that had David Bowie in it. That was also third person, but wasn't.
That was like a.
That was a Nomad Soul.
Yeah, RPG on PC, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on Dreamcast as well.
Oh, really?
And it was awesome.
Yeah,
but that did have David Bowie in it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that Urban Chaos didn't have David Bowie in it. I'm just saying.
I remember them making a big fuss about David Bowie.
Yeah, Nomad Soul. We did a song for it. That's wicked. I might buy that on Steam. I want it on Steam. Alright, okay. No, so Urban Chaos, yeah, interesting remake.
I would probably buy it. If it came out, I would probably buy it.
Yeah, it's just another third person action thing, isn't it?
It was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
It was solid.
Fear Effect. I might see that come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Self-shaded lesbians.
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
I think everyone focused too much on the fact it was
just
lesbians. Yeah, that was it, exactly. And that, I don't know.
So, alright, okay, fine.
One other. Future Cop, LAPD. I love that so much.
Mech Warrior 2. Mech Warrior
Really?
2, yeah. Bloody hell, Mech Warrior 2 would be awesome.
I'd love to see a good armour core, which we just don't seem to have ever been given.
Mech Warrior 2. That's what you're really asking for, you just don't know.
As a general rule, I'm quite happy to play old games on old systems, and I dip into them. Like I got True Crime.
It's such a pain in the arse to play.
I got True Crime Streets of LA.
Terrible.
Put it into the PlayStation 3.
Full.
Played it for 20 minutes, and that was it. I was happy. The need to play that game was over.
It is so difficult. I was thinking about playing some stuff earlier, and it's like, wow, man, I'm really going to unpack the Jaguar and set it up or whatever. It's just. That becomes a pain in the arse to do, and then you load it up and you're like, oh, the future is not what I'm looking at, the future is where I already am. And it's not, Minority Report on the Xbox, wicked game.
Oh, I love that.
Terrible game, but obviously a wicked game.
I think it's the ragdoll effect.
Yeah, it was, because you could throw people through panes of glass. And that's what made it awesome.
The only thing I liked about that game was the weird sonic shotgun things.
I don't remember any of that
It was
because
cool.
I just used to open one level and just throw people downstairs. And
That's great fun.
over and over again. It was awesome. Terrible, but awesome. Total Overdose. I'd love to see like a decent Total Overdose.
I would rather see a sequel than a
remake.
remake to Total Overdose. I loved when it came out. I loved it. It was very cool.
Did
But-
you see the PSP one?
No,
Because that was the better one.
right,
Chili
I
Con
just
Carne.
played, I just played the
Because they took
PS2
out
one.
all of the hub stuff that was dreadful in the first one.
Right. No, see, I quite enjoyed wandering around the
But
hub.
they were just pointless. You didn't need them in between layers. It had just levels. It was like, why do you need to put levels either end of the hub? You know, you could just string those levels together and take out that entire hub thing. Which is what the PSP version did. Yeah, that was cool. You know, another Tony Hawk's was good.
Old style. Obviously. We don't let ride shit anymore.
Right.
Ride was just atrocious.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then Shred.
Yeah.
Have they done another ride yet? Have they
Yeah,
done
they
two
did.
Yeah, they
rides?
did Shred.
They did Shred, okay. So they're done with it now. They're not going to do any more of those. That's fine.
Well, no, they're the ones that went on hiatus with Guitar Hero. Which is a good thing.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a must, isn't it? I don't know, I don't want Guitar Hero to disappear, but I wonder if Harmonix will say anything about Rock Band this year.
Again.
They've got Dance, whatever the dancing thing, what's it called?
On
Connect?
is Dance Central.
Dance Central. They've got Dance Central 2 they'll be showing. But whether they'll show anything else as well, they might do. But it's a difficult area. They've got the best chance, I suppose, because they can just go with, you know, we've got a platform rather than a series of games, I suppose. But I don't know. I haven't played a music game in a long time. I've still got all the kits.
I occasionally get out Guitar Hero 3.
Do you?
Yeah, 3. It's the one that I joined the series with, and it's still my favourite.
It's a shame.
What is that?
It's a shame because 2 is so good. 2 is so good. In fact.
Yeah, you like to, because it's not the actual tracks.
So 2's the one where it starts to have them, but they're not all of them. Like 1 is just like all made famous by, and 2 starts to have actual tracks. But it just has brilliant, an amazing track list. 2 is just so good. Guitar Hero 2.
Yeah, I might investigate at some point.
It was the first one in 360 as well, and I had those awesome 360 controllers. The first ones that came out there were those white ones. They were sweet. And it was, you know, pre-drums and all the other nonsense, I suppose. I miss those days. I miss Guitar Hero 1. PS1 was good. So, yeah, that's gone. I feel like I've probably been playing something on my phone, but I think maybe I'm just using my phone for stats for Halo Reach now.
Yeah.
I kind of wish more games had that, to a degree.
It's been. There's not been a vast amount in the past 2 weeks in terms of arcade titles or in terms of actual game releases. The next fortnight, there's a hell of a lot.
So what's coming up? We've got Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem, Red Faction, Armageddon,
Infamous 2.
2, Hunted, Demon Forge.
That's next week.
That is week. Yeah.
So, I mean, are you looking forward to any of those? What about Duke Nukem? How does everyone feel about that?
Yeah.
It's going to be dreadful, isn't it? But no, it is. It's going to be dreadful. It looks dreadful, but
I think
it's
it looks pretty
Duke.
scary.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looks so old.
And I'm not a massive fan of the original. I did play the original.
The
Played it quite
original
a lot.
is phenomenal. I mean, I've got to get it. It's, you know, it's amazing, but it just looks so old, and the characters look horrendous. It's
Chances
going to be
are,
bad.
at launch, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to buy Armageddon.
It'll be cheap very soon.
I'm going to buy Armageddon, which will be cheap very soon because it's insane going out against Duke Nukem. It's just insanity.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Going out against Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem is considered a gaming institute. It is like a
It's not.
Yes, it is.
foundation.
Not,
It's like a
there's not been a game for
cornerstone.
14 years. It's
Doesn't
not.
matter.
Yeah, but it was one of the first person
That doesn't.
shooters.
No, but it doesn't matter because the
does.
audience now doesn't know who Duke Nukem is.
No, a portion of the
A
game.
large portion.
No.
Audience.
The first-person shooter portion. That's. I mean, the biggest demographic now for games on those systems is going to be the Call of Duty crowd. Yeah, that's the biggest. That's the biggest mass of people. Now, that mass of people. Okay, a lot of them are 15, 16 years old. You know, they do not have a freaking clue who Duke Nukem is, and I guarantee you, they'll hate Duke Nukem. He's not funny or cool or anything like that anymore to any of these people. Gone are those days where it's fun to be that sort of cheesy 80s action hero. Even movies that inspired Duke Nukem don't happen anymore. That whole demographic's gone. I can't see it. Maybe it'll surprise me and it'll sell really well, but I don't think it will. I think there's loads of people that want to buy it. They'll just go, okay, I want to buy it because I know it and enjoy it. But I don't think that's a massive amount. That's not hundreds of thousands of people.
From the microcosmos that is our shop, I think it's going to
do well.
Really?
Will do well.
I mean, I don't think it matters anyway. I think the only reason it's coming out is so they can carry on Duke.
Yeah.
And that this is kind of like the crap Duke, and then Gearbox will make the proper Duke Nukem game next year. And the idea is that it's...
No, it won't be that. It won't be that soon. It won't be that soon.
Well, I should say maybe not. I don't mean next year, but the next thing that Gearbox do.
A couple of years,
however long. I mean, they're probably working on it already. It'd be silly to not be. You know, you've got to think that they picked up the rights for a reason, you know, and it's not to put this game out. And then it depends how busy they are, and presumably E3 will get some stuff from them as well.
And I think it's got its big selling angle is they're saying the single player campaign is like...
They're saying it's really long, because it's old school.
Which isn't really long, but in comparison to Call of Duty to Medal.
Well, it's how old school FPSs were. It's how Duke Nukem was. You know, it's how Duke Nukem was and Doom was, and all those sort of episodic FPSs, PC FPSs were. But even so, I don't know. It's going to be so old. You know, it's going to feel so old, and it just looks. It does look ropey. The graphics are bad. No.
You're well off on this one.
Well, we'll see. But I think we'll be back here talking about it going, man, that was bad.
Yeah, but I'll be buying Red Faction because I think someone at this table needs to buy Red Faction.
Yeah, Red Faction would be cool. I'd be interested in Red Faction, but I don't know if it's not a must buy for me.
No, it's not a must buy for anyone. That's the problem with Red Faction.
Do you reckon?
It's kind of one of those games that you buy for 2 for $20 when it's second hand.
Yeah.
And then you go, this game's pretty cool.
First one did really well, as in Guerrilla. I think there's a lot of people that love Red Faction.
I don't think it's got... I think it's got its place, but it's not...
No.
I don't think anyone loves Red Faction. I think a lot of people like it, and they think, it's pretty cool, and the physics are pretty cool with the whole falling down of stuff. But this one hasn't got the same kind of open world as Guerrilla, so you don't have the buildings coming down,
true.
You're taking out buildings, you're blowing holes in walls, you're blowing holes in scenery.
Do people just necessarily know that? I don't know if it's been widely communicated that it's not.
Well, the demo's up.
I suppose the demo,
People are playing the demo.
It's definitely going to do better than Duke.
No.
You reckon?
Yeah. It's bigger. It's a bigger problem.
I'd put money that it'll be a ratio of 10 to 1 in Duke's favour.
That is mental.
I'm not even joking. I will tell you, on release day, we will sell 6 copies of Red Faction and 30 of Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. But we're not. Any sort of measurement we do over the sales of Duke Nukem versus Guerrilla are not going to be based on one store alone.
No, but...
So maybe it will do 10 to 1 in your store because you know the freaks that are coming in. But... There's no way it's going to outsell it that much. It can't.
Easily.
I mean, if it does, that means they're both selling nothing. That really does. Because, Duke ain't going to crack 100,000 copies. That's a lot of copies.
You reckon?
I think you're well off there.
Just no way.
I can see it going either way.
Guerrilla does 80,000.
The name of Duke will carry it.
Crazy. We'll see.
We shall.
I mean, I'll be buying both, so,
And you're taking bets right now.
We'll see. It's recorded. We'll hear about it next time. So, alright, and then other stuff's coming out. Demon Forge, not really interested.
No, it's not really grabbed my attention. It's kind of, once again, pitched as Gears of War is mentioned a lot in conjunction with it, but with swords and crossbows as opposed to machine guns. I don't know how that works.
Well, that's appealing enough. That sounds cool enough.
Does it?
Yeah, Gears of War with crossbows and stuff and swords? Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Well, it's a cover system to take people down at distance, so how are you going to do that with a sword?
Well, you're obviously not going to do that with a sword, are you?
No.
That's what you use the bow and arrow for.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of you has a bow and arrow, one of you has a sword.
Okay, so it's not going to be like Gears of War then?
No,
Okay.
but that's what it's being compared to mostly by the
Right.
price.
So that's presumably a good comparison. That's why they're.
I don't know,
making
was
that
it good for that quantum game?
No, but did anyone compare that to Gears of War in a positive manner? As in, did they go, yeah, it's like Gears of War, it's going to be really good, or did they go, it's trying to be like Gears of War, but it's not very good?
I don't know, I didn't read the quotes on the box, maybe.
Okay, alright. Well,
They're usually taken out of context.
I'm assuming it's probably being positively compared to Gears of War.
Maybe.
Okay. So you don't know...
That much about it, really.
Right, okay.
Just kind of read bits and pieces and kind of gone, yeah, I'm not really interested in that.
No. Okay. Alright, anything else coming?
In the immediate horizon, as far as I'm aware, that is pretty much it.
What about Infamous 2? Is anyone interested in that?
Yeah, I really liked Infamous on PlayStation, but I don't have PlayStation 3 anymore, so I won't be buying Infamous 2. If I did have one, I would get it.
It's fair. It's got all of the really cool sort of mission building stuff in it, hasn't it, for this one? It's got
Yes.
like a live, almost like a Forge World type thing for Infamous, which looks kind of nuts. I mean, they're saying you can do really quite in-depth stuff with it, sort of Little Big Planet style stuff, where you can make little, Space Invaders clones and things like that, and you can spawn enemies and choose where they're going. That'd be interesting. I don't know, it's difficult to say what the community is going to be like around that and whether one will attach to it, but the other thing as well is obviously the beta was completely mucked up by the PSN outage, so, that puts that game in a little bit of jeopardy, I suppose. They've not changed, it's not like the release date's changed, so they've just lost hours and days of data, I suppose, for that. So, we'll see.
How did you feel about Infamous 1? Was you...
It was alright, I didn't really take it. One of the biggest thing that kind of annoyed me or frustrated me about Infamous 1 was the fact that it was an open world game and I got to do all this cool stuff, and I just really taken out the experience by not being able to get in cars.
Right.
Really weird thing I just expected to be able to do and just felt strange not to. A prototype was a similar setup, I suppose.
Prototype, you can use vehicles though.
You can use any vehicle though. You can get into
Military
tanks
vehicles,
and, the special ones that come in, I suppose, but not like the ones lying down the road. So it was a bit strange. But Infamous was alright, it just didn't really jump out, it didn't really have any real character to it. I didn't quite know whether I was supposed to be being a good guy or a bad guy. The powers were sort of the same, no matter which way you went, they're just red or blue. It was alright, it looked nice. So I'll keep an eye on Infamous 2, but at the moment there's nothing kind of jumping out. It's like that Gears thing, for me it doesn't... I'm not attached to the design of the property or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's something we can talk about, is the Gears 3 announcement. This campaign trailer came out, didn't it? Which focuses much more on the story now. I don't know anything about the story. Marcus's dad, apparently there's a big twist. Mm-hmm. He's alive.
Yeah.
Did we think he was dead?
I'm not going to be 100%, but I'm pretty sure that, he was supposed to be dead, or he was inputted into a PC program. And he communicated through that,
It's going to pop you in a program.
Like, it was a security system. It's one area.
Pop you in a security system. And presumably he dies in this one, because the pre-order bonus, the Epic Edition, overcomes with his will.
Yeah, but I think that's the point, the fact he was supposed to be dead, and that's what he got. He got his service medal, he got his will, but he's actually alive.
Marcus Phoenix doesn't seem like a character young enough to have a father that's still alive anyway. Like everyone, especially in the stuff for Gears 3, where he looks like he's about 60.
Yeah.
It's taken like the old Snake sort of look and really run with it. He just looks like a boxer from 30 years ago. So I don't really know about that. The trailer I thought was all a bit,
It was pretty.
I felt like there was loads of moments in the trailer that were supposed to make me go, oh my god, that's amazing. But I just had no context for any of it, and it was just, Vin Diesel movie. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, I don't see why.
The Gears just doesn't change though. It doesn't change, just... and that's it.
I don't know, they've added a lot this time.
You're so limited by controlling this big square block and the weapons all kind of feel the same. To me it doesn't...
Gears it's like one of those weird things. It's like one of those films that you should watch, but you just can't bring yourself to put on. But once you're watching it, you actually quite enjoy it. I think Gears is very much like that. I think the thought of playing Gears is worse than actually playing Gears, and when you're actually playing Gears, you quite enjoy it.
It just seems like heavy. It seems like quite a heavy burden for Gears. Like, everything about Gears seems heavy.
It is weight.
You know, like, oh man, it's gonna, like, moving's kind of slow. The characters feel like they weigh a ton. Weapons weigh a ton. The enemies weigh a ton. The whole thing feels like it's going to take up a lot of effort to just get through anything. And I don't know how I feel about that.
I'll play single player. I've played the first 2 in single player. I'm going to play this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a look. I mean, and presumably this is the end of Gears,
multiplayer.
or the end of this part of Gears.
Yeah. And obviously the Carmine twist. Whether he lives or dies.
The Carmine twist.
Although, have you heard it has been leaked? What's happened? Yes. Apparently he stays alive.
Yeah, I'd imagine he probably will. And what was the outcome of the vote? Do we not have
the outcome of the vote apparently was that they saved Carmine.
Right.
But, I don't know, there's a few rumours. Cliff Blazinski, he said, yeah, he stays alive till the end credits. So it's like you can see some sort of comedy effect where it's going to have a video of him getting his head popped off after the credits.
Oh.
Or during the credits.
Or during the credits. I don't know, it all sounds a bit sketch because he said he didn't want him to live.
It's like the credits are going up the screen and the last credit comes up and there's like a rope tied around it and he's hanging from the bottom of the last credit. He just took his own life because everything was too heavy. It's kind of, you know, who gives a shit?
Quite a lot of people.
Yeah,
I know, but they shouldn't.
it was for charity.
It wasn't for charity.
It was.
No, I know it was, but it wasn't, was it? It was a marketing lobby to get rid of choose what happens in the game.
For a good cause.
For a bloody cause. That's Gears, whatever. Whatevs. Anything else that's worthy of note? 3DS has some games. Dead or Alive came out, didn't sell any copies at all.
No.
2,000 copies it sold.
That's crazy.
Which is just, that's like, oh
they may as well just drive that to Nirvana now.
It's like, what?
Start burying them.
It'll be interesting to see what happens at E3, but that's crazy. That's just crazy low numbers. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think anything else has happened. We're waiting for the awesome stuff to happen. It's going to happen very soon, but I got my Xbox Live update. I can pay my PayPal now.
Excellent.
Oh, was that today?
No, we got it a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
it was quite irritating that night because literally everyone had jumped on, then jumped on again, kind of 2 minutes later. It's like people getting their updates.
That's cool. Pay by PayPal, yada yada. There was something else.
The YouTube was supposed to be connected at the same time, so I don't know what's happened now.
I think it probably just split stuff up. Maybe the PayPal has been brought forward because the PSN outage says good thing to do, and then they're holding everything back for E3 where they'll do a bigger announcement with features and stuff. Because they'll invariably talk about updates to the dashboard and stuff. So that's cool. That was something minor. And there are no more games. I want to go to the cinema. I want to go and watch Hangover 2.
Saw
Not interested in
Pirates.
Thor? Did you do
I've still not seen Thor, no, why?
Everyone's telling me it's awesome.
Yeah, everyone says it's brilliant. I'm not much into Thor.
No.
It's all the space stuff.
Yeah, in the comics it's not space stuff, he's a god, so I don't know what they've done with the film.
So is he a god? So get this, so is Thor, the Marvel character Thor, is he a god?
He is.
And the dude in the movie is a god?
I don't know, he didn't look that way from the trailer.
I mean, they can't change it. If Thor's a god, he's a god.
It looks more kind of along the lines of Too Human.
No, he's a god.
But he's not. They're
it's still a pretty vague...
The whole thing in Too Human is that they're so far advanced technologically that they appear to be gods.
But the Thor character is a god, yeah?
In the comics, he's definitely a god.
I can't imagine...
There's other gods. There's like Ares, the god of war from, what's that, Roman mythology?
I don't know.
Greek.
But I can't imagine them changing that fact for the movie. But that's going on. I just never knew where it was
the problem with the movies is they try and tend to bend more to realistic.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I don't think they're going to change something as pivotal as that.
Maybe not.
Iron Man not being a robot.
He's not a robot.
Well, you know what I mean.
He's in a suit.
Well, you know what I mean, a robotic suit. But I was trying. I never figured out whether. So what's the deal with the hammer then? This dude's just a god. He's just a god, right? What's he need the hammer for?
The hammer is a conduit to his power.
Right. Okay. So when he flies, does the hammer fly or does he fly?
He flies. He's just holding the hammer out in front of him.
He doesn't just hold on to the hammer.
Maybe he's sniffing. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
Because I don't really read the comics.
No, okay.
I've read comics with Thor.
You're dangerously masquerading as a Thor expert. Someone who doesn't.
I'm not saying I'm a Thor expert at all.
Alright, okay. No, I've not seen Thor. I should see it.
Yeah.
At some point. But, Rango.
Right.
I recommend it's got a brilliant Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas reference in it. Really, really, really good reference.
I've not seen Fear and Loathing, so...
How? Missing out. Alright, so homework task for this week then is you go and see Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Go and see it where?
Go home and see it.
It's not in my house.
Well, I'll give you the DVD. You can go watch it at home.
If I must.
Everyone should play some sort of game that's awesome.
Right. I'll give that a go.
No, don't. Play Tetris.
Tetris is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Right.
And that's about it.
Aye.
Does anyone have anything to add?
No.
The ship's sinking, so...
We should probably all jump.
Yeah. Alright, that was Things We Play episode 2. We'll be back in 2 weeks with episode 3.
And hopefully more to say.
Maybe. Maybe not. I think you'll find we've probably spoken for about 4 hours. So we'll see. So we'll be on that. Meanwhile, catch us all website, thingsweplay.co.uk, Twitter. Anyone know their Twitter names?
Little Miss Death 360.
At Mako Zero.
Right, and I'm at Mike Oldman. That's cool. Come on the site, comment on stuff, listen to the episodes, talk to us on Twitter, ask us questions. We could have questions.
That would
for
be
people.
nice.
Hey, if you got a question you want to ask Sean about nothing, so he can give you a response. You can ask him at Mako Zero on Twitter, or you could, I don't know.
Do it on
set up an email address.
Set up an email.
Might look and send up an email address. Either way, you can call Sean on 06741
That's not my number. Why are you
6199.
still giving it out? People are going to start ringing that number now. They're like, what was that? What was that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, look at the show notes where I've got all your personal details. In the meantime, that's us. It's a Sunday evening, and we'll see you on another Sunday evening.
Possibly. Nothing set in stone.
Brilliant.
Bye.